Infertility, a word that means something different for each family. You'll see the doctor, nurse, and you'll certainly feel every emotion, both physically and mentally. What you don't see is the process and what happens behind the scenes.
It's not an easy journey to go through, and there can be lots of ups and downs.
Inside the UPMC Magee Women's Center for Fertility and Reproductive Endocrinology, there are complicated procedures happening 7 days a week. The goal to help patients have a successful and healthy pregnancy.
There's many ways to build a family. My goal is to do it in a way that the patient wants to.
Pittsburgh's Action News 4 sat down with Dr. Julie Rios, the Division Director of Reproductive Endocrinology and Infertility, and a woman who has her own personal story. Like many of her patients at UPMC Magee Women's Hospital, she's gone through the IVF process.
I've walked through everything my patients have, the side effects of the medication, the stress of the process, the tears when things don't work leading up to the cycle.
In fact, a new report by the World Health Organization found that a large number of adults, nearly 1 in 6 worldwide, are affected by infertility. But let's start from the beginning.
Typically, we recommend for patients under 35 to try for 12 months, and then if not pregnant, come and see us, because about 15% of patients after that year will have not conceived and will have infertility.
If a patient is 35 or older, Rios recommends an evaluation at 6 months.
Just because as a woman gets older, then her ovarian reserve or her eggs have decreased in number and also potentially quality. And so potentially some of our treatments are going to be more effective if we see the patient sooner. Because we don't always jump to IVF. So there is a step before that, and some of that is dependent on what we find.
In vitro fertilization, or IVF, involves creating fertilized embryos from eggs and sperm in the lab, then transferring the embryo into a woman's uterus in hopes it will implant. Here you can see where those frozen embryos are being stored.
Typically it's about 8 days after transfer that we do that first pregnancy test, 8 to 9 days. So it's pretty quick, but it's a long week to wait for that result. Even when sometimes we get to that positive pregnancy test, it doesn't always stay positive, and we can see miscarriages or pregnancy losses.
So what are the chances of success with IVF? Although it may not seem like it, Dr. Rios says it's actually quite promising. And here in Pittsburgh, we're above the national average.
I would say the success rate with kind of new patients coming into our clinic or those genetically normal embryos is around 50 to 60% pregnancy rate per transfer.
As for the cost of IVF, it can be thousands and thousands of dollars, a burden for patients by itself. But Rios says she's starting to see more companies offer insurance coverage.
I would say probably around 30, maybe 40%. Here locally we'll have coverage, but that still leaves about 60 to 70% that would have to pay out of pocket. And it can be an expense, and it's not a guarantee.
With all of these challenges, it's important for families to know they're not alone.
We know this is not easy to go through emotionally, but also financially, physically. So if we can get the best rates for our patients, we're always looking at that and trying to improve.
Ashley Zilka, Pittsburgh's Action News 4.